Hi, this is Matthew again, going to do a quick video here. I decided to get a new toy on my own, with my own money. The Viktor Reader Stream 3, made by Humanware, which some of you might have heard of. They make a lot of assistive technology blindness products. Decided to get one with my own money. It's not an endorsement or anything. I just really wanted to mess with one, and I have the old Stream 1 from the library. When I first got onto Bard, that was the only way to do it because they didn't have any other players back then. So I used it forever until Bard became available on the phone. Then I started using the phone, but it's very old. All you could do was transfer books to it with your computer and stuff. You couldn't. There was no other kind of online stuff, which there is now on. I started with the 2, which I saw once, so I had one of those, but I never did. So I got a 3, which you can connect up with Wi-Fi and do all kinds of online. You can get onto Bard and Newsline and Bookshare, other libraries, other ways to connect to stuff. iTunes, my favorite streaming app on my phone. That's my alarm when I need one for radio. That database is up. It looks like it's there, and then TuneIn Radio has its database. Apparently, if you have Pro, you can log into that and use Pro stuff. Apparently, and you can do Wikipedia for some reason, and Wiktionary, I believe. I never used Wiktionary much. A few of the UK, and Canadian libraries I can also connect up, it looks like. I've configured all the things I can. There's a Humanware companion software you can use some stuff on. I just can't configure the Wi-Fi, but I will get that, and I will try to do reviews as I make things work. I've already logged in. What I'm going to do, since I don't have a really good setup, we're trying to work on a better setup for me, where I maybe can do some things on my own without having to have my boss help me set up cameras and stuff. I'm just gonna have it talk on here. I maybe can maybe try to show what it looks like once. I don't know how well it's gonna work. I'll just talk about it when I do. But I'm just gonna have it talk and explain what I'm doing, since there's nothing on this. There's no screen or anything. It's just a device that you can. It's all speech enabled, of course. You can plug in headphones. It does do Bluetooth and stuff. It'll do has an internal memory apparently of, what did I read, 16, but 13 is for like putting stuff on. So I guess the OS is 3 gigs, and you can put anything up to 1 terabyte. It sounds like it's just a regular SD card. I'll find out. The place I went to included one and also had free shipping. It is talkingmp3players.com. I think his name is Laz Mesa or something. Las, I think it is Mesa. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name. I'd never have spoken with him. I've seen him on some email lists and stuff, and I knew about it. Most places, Humanware wants to charge $550 plus ridiculous amounts of shipping for it. Others are around that. I think might have been some lower than what I paid, but they all want shipping. Right now on that place there is a sale. I don't know how long it's on for. This is July 22nd of 2025 when I'm recording this, so it may have changed. It is right now $509. No shipping, free shipping. So I did that, and he includes a card with it. No cases, but either I can get one later or I can just stick it in some other kind of thing to protect it. I haven't decided yet. Doesn't come with headphones either, but I might mostly use like regular, like standard headphones, but I might put some Bluetooth headset on it at some point. Yeah, I've got a pair I can probably put to use on it if I so want to. Yeah, we'll see how that all works. Seems pretty, key layout's fairly similar to what I had before, but There are some new keys, and I know some things do other things they didn't do before. But yeah, it will be interesting to play with that and see how it works. Apparently it sounds really nice. And apparently it's kind of more phone-like from what I've got one person's video. I need to go and find her videos about. She's done a little bit on it. That's only a couple of months, maybe 3 or 4 months old. Some of them are much older, and I'd rather watch something that's a little bit more current. A lot of things I find it's about 2 years ago, I think, when they released this. I know the stream too at an FM radio, but this does not. You can record. I guess there's a whole record button now, and you can record like your own stuff. Apparently, though, you can also record internet radio streams, which I might actually use that. Time or two. That would be kind of cool. I guess it does shut off if you don't use it. I wish there was a way I could like set it. Like, say I want to record some random like game in Australia, but I was asleep. I wonder if I could maybe. I don't think there's a way to do that, but I know in like OO Tunes I could do that. I would like stick a headset into my headphones into my iPad and like record a game. I've done that before. That was fun with that application. I could set it as a to record at 4 a.m. or something, and I listened to it in the afternoon or something or even in the morning when I went to work or as I got ready. But if you could set, I don't think you can do that on this, but I'll find out. But it would be cool to record internet streams too, as well as just like other random things. I don't know. I guess you can plug a stereo mic into it, but I don't have one. I guess it's got an internal thing. Apparently, I think the old one I had to plug a mic in or something. I forget what I did. No, maybe not. I forget now. No, maybe I didn't. Like I had an internal. It wasn't very good. It was distorted. Tried to record something with a lot of loud noise, and it peaked the whole thing out. It was not cool. So I never tried that again. And I was pretty far back from the thing I was trying to record. It was very loud, but okay, it was a concert. I'll say that much. Didn't work out. It was a nightmare. It sounded terrible. Yeah, I did that one time, but I didn't keep it because it sounded terrible. Yeah, I did record a drum corps one time. That was neat somewhere. I didn't keep any of the recordings though that it made. I was far back from them. It was hard to hear what they were saying. I got the drums, but like what the guy was saying about them, and he was he was yelling, but like he didn't have a mic, so it was very hard to hear what he was saying. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna, as I said, just you'll have to do it talking hopefully close to the mic as I can without making it too distorted, and me telling you what it's going to do. But that's my plan. It shipped out Friday. I don't know when I'll get it. There was no tracking number. I've asked about one, but either there isn't one or it's free matter for the blind and they don't, of course, have them or something. But hopefully I'll get it soon. I don't know when. I'm in Springfield, Missouri. It came. I think they're based out of Clearwater, Florida. I don't know where. Obviously, it's going to get mailed from. I would assume there, but I don't know because I can't track it. But hopefully I'll get it soon, and I can start to set it up and get logged in. I'm obviously going to be logged into everything I talk about, so I'm not going to show that. Because the things I can, I've already configured. I've put the info in to this HumanWare companion, and I get thinking. It looks like I can import them to the SD card whenever I get it, and then I can maybe set my Wi-Fi too without having to type it in. Because like the keypad is like the old style phone keypad where you've got to hit the key 3 or 4 times to get up the letter you want, and you just wait, and if you don't hit it again, it will just type that letter in. How the old phones used to do like text messages and keyboard, make typing in names and stuff. It does that. The Blind Shell 2 does the same thing. So I'll get really good at my phone keypad again with numbers, with the letters and numbers thing. I pretty much remember them. So, and I've messed with the Blind Shell 2 that we've done some videos on. So I kind of am familiar with that keyboard pad a little bit. It takes some trial and error for a bit, but I'll get back into it when I need to use it. But I've put in what I can because I don't feel like messing with it, and I just want to get stuff going. So I've already done that. Hopefully it worked. We'll find out, I guess, when I get it. But yeah, we'll see what happens when I get that thing to my house. Probably do some stuff at my house, but I might do some here also. I think a lot of it's going to be pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to have a lot of trouble with it, I don't think, because it's I use its first generation older brother, I suppose you would call it, if it were a person. And so I used to have some familiarity already with it. It just, they've added more stuff. And it's got some kind of screen reading capability in it because it reads all the menus and it will do stuff. What is cool though is you can put Braille on it. The old one, you would just read the text, but I guess now you can tell it what kind of Braille it is and what table of Braille. So I'll be messing with that because I do have the e-reader from the Library for the Blind, but it is not great. I have the Zoom Max. I have trouble with it, but I hear hopefully soon they will not have those anymore. It'll have another one that works. So I understand, but I don't know when that will be. But apparently it will be at some point fairly soon. But maybe I won't have to worry about that quite as much. But I can read text in Braille books on here if I want to just hear it and not have to read it. Maybe I forgot it or didn't want to take it with me or something. I don't know. But I'd say the more ways to read books, the better, I think. Phone, the cartridge player, this, Braille displays. Yeah, more ways to read stuff is good. And ways to listen to things is also good, in my opinion. So, as I go back and forth between stuff all the time. Because I'm weird, I guess. I don't know, but that's my plan. I don't know when I'll get it, but I will try to make videos about it as best as I can about what it looks like and how it all works and all that, like I've done with other stuff. I'll try to do videos. Probably once they'll do something with it and get it. I don't know when my boss will get them edited, but doing what I can do. Don't have a lot of stuff here at the thrift store sometimes, but I'll make it work. I do wish we got more cool stuff in to the store for me to mess with and talk about, but I got a few vintage things, but they were note takers and they really don't work very well. Some of them one won't even turn on. The others you have to plug them in, and one's so screwed up you can't, the voice sounds like a weird robotic chipmunk. I don't know. I can't fix it. It's sad. I wanted to review them and remember how they worked and stuff, but no, I can't. The one won't even turn on because it has no adapter. But those were a bust. I'm very sad. They're sitting over on my little table behind me, but they're not being used. But yeah, this will be a new thing, so yeah, should be fun to mess with and see how it all works. And it's just, there are some videos on it, they're not as detailed as I like them to be when I'm getting something new. A Facebook friend of mine has some. I'll go look on her channel and probably after this and see if I can just get a little bit of glimpse of what I'm going to deal with, so I can just say, okay, I do this, that, and the other. I don't have to worry about it. I can just go boom, 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 and do it. Doing the newsline and Bard and stuff first, that would be great, because that's going to be the first thing I'm going to want to get to. So getting those configured and getting those in, without me having to do all that typing would be good. Unless I totally screwed it up, then I'd have to type it all in. But I don't think I did. I know my passwords and my login, so theoretically they'll be ready to go. I just have to hook the stream up to this guy, my computer here, and because it's a laptop, I take it to and from here to my house. So I'll get all that going. But you can type it in manually, but they do have ways to configure it beforehand. You just stick a file onto the SD card, And I don't know if it will just turn on and do it, or if I'm going to activate them. I don't know. I think I may have to activate them. I don't know. We'll find out. Apparently, you can also turn on notifications, and if you have like things that download automatically, it will say, "Hey, you got a new book, or you have a new newspaper, or something." That would be cool. To turn it on, it go look, and it'll check things. It also will update the software on it, which before you had to do that manually. That would be really great to do all that without me having to do much. It will just do it and turn back on. Because mine got out of date very quickly because they stopped supporting it because they had the 2. Like a year or 2 after I got mine. Yeah. And I guess now it has a cover for the SD card. You don't have to, not that I ever got it out when I was playing a book or anything, but it'll protect it from having you actually pushing on it and having the card go drop out of the machine. And this little spring-loaded whatever the heck that is in there. That's nice. I should have done that from the beginning because I never had issues with it because I usually left it in the little case the library gave me. I guess it's a slipcover. Apparently, that's what they call it. But I can always get that later from Humanware if I want. It's not that much, but I think there's other. Now that I'm living with my mom again, because my rent at my old place got too high, but I think we have plenty of bags there. I can stick it into something and carry it. So I'm not too bothered about a case right now. I can put it in something else to take it with me, and with USB-C, I guess, connections now on it. And yeah, apparently when the person I know was looking at hers when she unboxed it, it's got all the plugs for all the different power stuff in other parts of the world. That's kind of neat. I guess just snap this plug onto their adapter of whatever plug you need. Apparently they're all just in there. I think my brother will be intrigued by that. I can't wait to show him. Hey, look at this. Yeah, that kind of stuff's in there. I know there's it comes with the adapter, the cable to plug it and charge it in and use to put on the computer. And I know it's got the warranty and of course the stream. There's nothing else in there, I don't think. Okay, this place also ordered from. They gave me all kinds of user guides. They gave me my serial number already. So I'm not sure what it's going to look like. It's already been perhaps kind of open because they like to get you all the information that you can before they send it. It looks like so they're kind of cool that way. I don't know if there's anything they've given me with it, but they gave me a bunch of links to tutorials and the warranty info. I did get that going. Hopefully I got the invoice to Humanware. Working on that situation. But I went ahead. I might as well just get that going so it's covered. And some of the tutorials and where to get firmware and how to get support if I need it, and if I need to talk to them about something. So lots of more info than I could have ever wanted is in this email, which I've kept from them. So I don't know if there's anything on the card when I plug it in. It gives you a free 32 gig card from the place I ordered from, the talkingmp3players.com site. I might get a terabyte or something later. But yeah, it'll get me started. Because the library, I had a 2 gig, it died, and then I got an 8 gig from the library. That was just how long ago that was. So, I mean, it'll take me a bit to fill up a 32, the Bard books are small and stuff, but if I put on some MP3s or something, it'll be a little bit bigger, but so I might get a big card at some point if I wanted to hit a humongous radio drama or something on it. I could. So, or a bunch of big WAV files that need room. I'll figure it out. Be interesting to see how to get from the internal memory to the SD card and how that all works. Lots of things to play with soon. But I think I will send this off now. Well, not send it, but finish it and get it to where it needs to go for my boss will eventually get it edited. But that's the plan. Sometimes I'll make these and I don't know what I want to talk about, but I'll have something to talk about now, as well as other stuff. It'll give me a thing I can make. Oh, well, I'll talk about this now. I'll talk about this. But, yeah, so that's the plan. when it gets here. I will see you guys in another video.